Hi everyone and welcome to today's stream. First off, apologies if there's a lot of background noise. It's one of those days where there's a lot of background noise. But it's here. I've been waiting for this for a little while. At least I hope this is what I think it is. I hope. So let's find out. Gotta have some packaging. In fact, the courier couldn't even find the house. And the courier actually last time got through our gate and got into our bike sheds and left a parcel in there without permission. Great couriers for Amazon. Right, here we go. Moment of truth. It looks like it. Da, da, da. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Draw and colour the Baylee Jae way with a nice little sketchykins. And it's by Impact Books, so that's a pretty good publisher. So let's have a quick look at the back. So that's a nice cover. We've got our UPCs, as always, in different ones. 31 demos, advice, techniques, and colour theory composition. That ain't bad, is it? So, what did I go and order this book when I do a lot of illustration and drawing myself? Basically, it never hurts to see another person's point of view and another person's style and how people approach things. Baylee Jae, I'd certainly recommend her work to anybody. She is a very, very talented young lady and she works excessively hard. And this is a result. The one thing everybody wants, a book, and she's done it. She has worked her tushy off to get this book. So she should seriously be really proud. Right, so let's go inside. So if I move it this way, I hope it's going to work. I'm not going to bend it too much. I love books, so I never bend the spines that much. So that's our front cover. Oh, and we got artwork. Bear with me. So we've got a nice mermaid drawing on the side. Hopefully you can see that. Sorry about lighting. And another intro page. I don't know why they have to have so many. And then we have an introduction. That's nice. Nice illustration by it. I love the way that the greens and the blues from the water are reflected in the figure's face. That's really good. Any thought here? Writing's a weeny bit small. I don't mind. I've got glasses, so I can easily get it a bit strong, but a little bit small, but still nice introduction. Ooh, tools and supplies. One thing I notice about all drawing books is we always have a tools and supplies list. I know a lot of us skip through that out of habit. It's kind of all tools and supplies again. But this looks different. This looks a bit more fun. In fact, she's actually gone to the effort to illustrate the different pencils, the different brands. And yeah, we all know that's a Copic, don't we now? And my bet is that's probably a Faber-Castell Polychromo. And I bet one of these is a Winsor Newton. And a HB pencil. So I like that. So let's have a look. Oh, that's nice. Fine liners. Now I recognise that brand. I've got it myself. That's Micron and that's Copic. That's a dip pen. So nice and identifiable. And the good old Bic Biro. Yeah, let's name and shame a few makes. That's nice actually to see biros and ballpoint pens put in as illustrative equipment. Not many people do use them. They can be a little bit unforgiving when you get fluff in the ball. That's not a joke. And sometimes they can be a bit scratchy, but there are a lot of amazing artists who use ballpoint pens and biros and things like that. So this is nice. It's different medias completely. Pencil sharps, yay. And erasers. And she's got a putty wobber, yay. Very important putty wobbers. I'm probably going to flick through a little bit, but this is nice, the importance of markers. I wonder if hang on. Yeah, they are Copics. It's just a word suddenly confused me. That's got to be a Swatch and Noir. and that's going to be a Prismacolor. Not Prism. Yeah, Prismacolor bought one out, and so did one of the other brands. Oh, sorry, ding ding. Oh, I've got one right here. Pro Marker, the other version, Pro Marker, Tri Marker or something. So that's nice. This is a game of guess the pens. It's nice to actually see Copic markers being mentioned as them. Spectrum Noir, yay! Oh, Blick ones. See, I'm in the UK, so Blick company, not really common knowledge for me. Copic, Spectrum Noir, yeah, we know about those in the UK, so that's good. Winsor Newton, yeah. So that's nice to have brand names because it gives you a focus of what you really want to go and look for. I like that. Because how many of us, when we start off drawing, we just go for a random art supply? We go and maybe buy a Crayola pencil or just something cheap from our local art supplies. We don't know what to go for. So having brands names in here, that's really handy because that gives you an idea of what you can go and look at, and you'll see the price difference between all those brands, so it gives you an idea for your budget. I really like that. Ooh, colouring pencils. Yay, that's a good tip. Oh, and I like this little caricature. That's sweet. But being somebody with glasses and not the best eyesight of all, I must say I do like the colours being used so far, and the fact that there's colour behind the titles. Yeah, I'm really looking into this book. I've been waiting for it for a while. Ooh, watercolours. Cool. Lovely balanced information here. Seriously. I can't really say much about watercolours and oils because I don't use them. But there's like hints all the way through. Avoid using too much water or the paint can crack and peel. That's brilliantly handy because most of us would try and add water to acrylics, make it looser and more workable. Cool. Oh wow, there's a serious lot of information about products. I mean, we're page 17, and we're still not onto the how to draw bit. I mean, I think this is really, really handy, having so much information about products that you can use, and just the information in here. Yeah, I like it. But some people might want to skip ahead. Personally, I wouldn't. I'll take the time to read it. What's the point in having a book if you ain't going to read it? So yeah, I like that. Hey, white gel pen. Oh, I like that man. That's cute. Got that. Yay. I do like that. Oh, so on to sketching and inking. Another beautiful illustration there. Very, very soft line work. So the blending is really, really soft. Something I find interesting is it looks like she uses coloured pencils to do the outlines in certain points, and then uses like the black marker to add depth. That's really clever. Also, the cropping is very clever. Cool. Oh, setting up your workspace. Kiki! Yay. Does that mean is it Midna? Is going to be in here as well? Okay, a little bit of self-promotion there. I like that. Wow, that's a lovely layout. One thing I have not got is a proper workspace. I'm based on a desk, so... and the famous question, what to draw? Oh, and there's little tips. Oh, I like it. Brilliant. Something doing my degree I'm being beaten over the head about on my degree is the importance of keeping a sketchbook, and it's lovely to see that actually in a drawing book of any type, and the fact that Baylee's put about it being for kind of practice. It's supposed to be messy and explore, and if it goes wrong, move on to another sketch. That is brilliant. And the fact she's actually put don't rip out pages or scribble out drawings. Yay! Oh, lovey. That's brilliant. And it's absolutely perfectly true. If you're going to do a higher education course, you are going to be asked to have sketchbooks. And they will know, and they will actually look to see if you've torn out pages, because they want to see you learn and develop and progress in your drawing. They want to see your mistakes, and they want to see how you get through the mistakes. So, yay, that is brilliant. Oh, so many good hints and tips here. Oh, how to draw a basic head. So really we're into page 23, and that all that back there, before page 23, is really handy information, and I love seeing it. I've had other books by Impact on drawing, and normally they have like 5 pages of just do this, do that, don't you do this, don't do that, but that's in depth, and that's good. So we've got how many stages per piece? So around 4 stages per piece. Now, I'm not expecting this book to be on realism. At the end of the day, this is Baylee's own style, and so it's not going to suit everybody, but you should still practice and go through these exercises, even if it isn't your style, because you can learn stuff just by trying it. You can adapt and grow. So me personally, yes, I will be trying this. Even though it might go against the principles of the way that I've been taught, I'm still going to try. Yee. Oh, lucky. There's nice crisp images as well. Oh, noses. Because nobody knows a nose like you knows your nose. Wow. So that's a really nice simple way of looking at the nose. And it's literally using, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. 1, 2, 3, even down to 3 lines. If you've got a brush pen, how nice and simple just using your arm to make that movement to get those lines will be. So that's really cool. Oh, her mouths. I can't draw mouths, it's the angles. So I'm definitely going to be practicing those. What's that in the top corner? Sorry. Oh, we've got a materials list. That's nice. Ears. Ear. That's interesting because she's not gone into too much detail on them. So that gives you a nice outline of the basic shape of the ear. And then if you wanted to go into more depth, you've got the kind of main build of it. And then you can go into detail later if you want to. So that's really cool. Hair. Cool. Now that, I'm no good at doing plaits, but seeing it done that way is different, because quite often I see them done like you have to do the complete lines one way, then the complete lines the other way. So it's that's pretty cool. I like how there's a couple of different models up here. And how to put the hair onto a person. Cool. Hands. Yay, you gotta hand it to her. I've actually ordered in a model of a hand just to give me a hand with drawing hands. That's nice. Right. If I see, that's the left hand and I'm right-handed, so let's replicate. That is very, very accurate. What more can I say? And footsies. Nice. Simple wedge shape. And then the pads of where your feet are. So the areas where the pressure points build up. I like how the information is in little blocks. It's not like you've got to read a whole page of information and then see the drawing. It's really nicely balanced. Ooh, stick figure and block figure. That's nice because it's 2D, 3D as well. Cool, so what have we got? Oh, proportions. That's something I really do struggle with. When I draw people, I draw them from eye. I can never get the balance out, because I guess it's due to everybody being different size and shape. And that's where I've tried to do proportions before. Sorry, I'm going to throw my phone out the window in a minute. But it doesn't always work, so I can see why, because I think I'm doing too many heads. Yeah, that could be my problem. Cool. How to come up with the pose? Oh, I like that. So you've got the underskeleton underneath, but then you've got the drawing. That's really cool. Bear me 2 seconds. Right. Hidden my phone. No, as I said, I really like this because you can focus your eyes on the black outline and see the whole figure, or you can defocus your eyes, fade out the black background, and just see the core skeleton. And I like that. Is really cool. That's a good way of looking at it, because normally you just get like the skeleton figure and then the full person at the end. You don't see it often together, so I like that. At least I don't have too many art books, but I've never seen it done that way, so... Ooh. The action lines. Blimey. She has seriously covered a huge amount of detail in this. This is lovely. Now, by the way, this is a biased, this is completely neutral review. I'm not for or against, I'm completely neutral. I'm calling it as it is. I'm going to enjoy reading this fully tonight, I tell you. And good old clothes, because of course, as I say, clothes make a man. There's a full saying to that, and I can't quite remember what it is, but I've quoted it in my degree. So. So that's a nice way to think of doing clothes without physically seeing a top or something like that. These are nice ways to work out your fabric movements so that it looks more properly clothes-like. Sorry, I've got something stuck to my foot now. Could be one of those evenings, as you can tell. Ooh, accessories. Very nice too. Let's see. I like that. No detail is too small to be overlooked. Nice. Thumbnails. Yeah. I think this is the first colouring book that I've seen that, sorry, not colouring book, drawing book, that's actually mentioned thumbnails and sketchbooks. And those are really, really handy. Because you can, it's almost like doing practice drawings but in miniature. And when you're coming up with a concept or an idea and you're not 100% sure which way you want to go, thumbnail drawing, like using a sketchbook, can be absolutely paramount and can help sway your decision. So, love the fact she's mentioned that. And that's cute. That is cute. Silhouettes! Yay! Blimey. And this is nice actually, because what we got is you've got bits where you can practice your drawing and getting your shapes and learn about that. You've got information bits which make you think about what you want to draw, and then you've got really handy professional hints and tips all the way through this. So it's not just solid how to draw, it's how to draw and a massive amount of information in here. This is very nice. And the importance of the silhouette is brilliant to see. What else have we got? Oh, composition. Way. We've got composition, geometric shapes. Blimey. Depth, focus. Everything. Perspective. You name it. It's here. And it's done in a nice little block. And that should be understandable for a lot of people. Preparing your sketch ranking. and preventing ink from smudging. Yeah, I know that feeling. Benefits of tracing. Now, tracing is something that everybody ends up arguing over. And in the end, the masters technically did it. They used, I think it was something called a Lucy or something, which projects the image onto the paper. I was going to get one myself because they look so cool. But at the end of the day, tracing is still a way of learning how to draw, so there is no shame in it at all. Personally, I don't trace, but that's my style. But I see no problem with it because you're learning the shapes, you're learning the feel of things. Cool. Oh, yay, lightbox. Now I wonder what that could be. So let's see. Yep. Oh, seriously, she's... Hang on. Awesome. She's mentioned about colour swatching or ink swatching. So basically, to make sure that you've got the right ink for the right job, you do swatches of it, and then you can apply water and markers over it, or even in my case, I'll probably take it third and go hands, because your hands contain a lot of oil and stuff. So when you smudge a page with some inks, you'll actually pick up the ink on your hand and transfer it. But that is brilliant. Cool. And that's a really, really, really important thing. For example, if I took a Faber-Castell pen and then I took a Copic, there's no guarantee that if I put the Faber-Castell down first and then put the marker over it, the Faber-Castell might smudge. And I don't want to do that on the main drawing, so doing it the Baylee way, by putting a swatch down and testing, we'll find out what it's like. So that is lovely to see that. Cool. Oh, the importance of line weight. Blimey. Ink versus pencil. That's nice because she's used coloured pencil as well. This is something I haven't really got into yet. I do have Faber-Castell Polychromos, which have got that really nice constant sharp edge, and you can keep it really sharp. So they're great for doing line detail. So that's always handy. Coloured lines. Yeah, that, if you want a nice example of when Disney did colour lines, have a look at The Lion King. You'll note the coloured lines on all the lines, and the only bits of black I think are the tiny bit in the eyes and a tiny bit on the whiskers. Apart from that, all of the lines were coloured, and it does give a much smoother effect. I like that. Well, that's fun. That's very bright, isn't it? Once again, she's got that reflective colour. Yeah, sorry about the noise in the background again. And colour theory, something that everyone's eventually has to get round. I can just about memorise most of it, but even I get stuck. Yay. And values. So far, I'm going to be honest, this book, so far, up until this point, I would say there is so much key information. I wouldn't give this book, I'm not giving it to anyone, by the way, it's mine. This book I wouldn't give to somebody like my 5-year-old cousin or someone like that. Because when kids are younger, when they hold on to a pencil or a pen, they push down too hard. And so they're not really going to be able to handle the fine pens, things like that. Colour pencil, they may be able to do. Not kind of dissing any kids. But I certainly think that maybe from 7 years, maybe even 9 years in some cases, depending on how into art the kids are. Certainly from that age onwards. And even kids doing their GCSEs and art exams. I think there's stuff in here that is beautifully laid out. It's easy to read. It's easy on the eyes. This is a great study aid. I'm not kidding when I say that. I'd be tempted to actually use this as partially as a teaching method and a study aid. Because in school they don't teach you about marker smudgings or things like that. Well, at least they didn't when I was a kid. We used to have our pots smashed against the wall if they weren't good enough. But a lot of these bits, they don't teach in the younger schools. Unless you go into a specialist field, then you might learn some of it. But by that time, I get the feeling you kind of miss out on a bit. So, younger spectrum, I'd say maybe 7 and above. But it depends on the learning skills of the child, of course. Oh, I like that. Good old contrast. Colour harmony. Jeez. This bit reminds me of one book that I do have, which is was it the Colour of Light by James Gurney, where he goes into a lot of this, but on a realism scale. Cool. So we've got layering and the effects that you can get. So kind of from flat to 3D. Brilliant. Circular blending. That's one that works with some markers but not all markers. Yeah, feather blending. Blimey, this is as good as a Copic course. Oh, yeah, it pretty much is. Actually, yeah. These are all things that if you were taking a Copic masterclass kind of thing, these are all things that you would actually be doing. How to use a blender. What I don't quite get is Copic's been mentioned all the way through, but it's not on the pens. Like could be copyright or something, I suppose. Ooh, ink dropping. Yeah, I need to do that. I've got some Spectrum Noir inks and I really, really want to play with them, but I don't know how. So that's quite interesting. Salt with watercolour. Oh my god, beautiful effects you can get with that. A friend of mine used to do pebbles with it. So draw out a pebble, put an undercoat on, then a darker coat, and then add the salt. Absolutely beautiful. Cool. How to use masking fluid. Nice. Once again, maybe that's why I'm thinking age range. You're not going to get too many young children using masking fluid. So, but that's still, if you're progressing through the book, this is almost like a progress stage, so it's still a really good skill to learn. Cool. All the tips are really nice and encouraging and positive. Oh, I like that. That's very retro. Looks like my dad's car. Ah, skin colours. Once again using the Copics. It's starting to feel a little bit like a Copic tutorial book, and Copic do have their own ones. I used to have them all, then I kind of outgrew them. But this is quite interesting. I find this quite fascinating. Wink, wink. So again with the Copics. Now, even though the tutorials have got Copic numbers, Copic things, hypothetically, and I'm sure it's pretty possible, you should be able to use Pro markers and Spectrum Noir markers, but it comes down to colour swatching and knowing your blends. So in this case, you wouldn't go for those numbers, but you would find, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Find 3 to 5 colours that match a medium, a light, a dark stage. And then you could still do this exercise. So I don't think you have to have Copics. So what we got there? White gel pen. How to do the eyes and the highlights. And then we got mixed media. That's a bit different. That's brush markers or watercolour paints. How to do lace. That's a nice idea because you don't see people tackling lace that often. When you see how it's made. So we've got patterning, and you've got textures, which, yeah, this is Sorry, this is really striking me. It's very, very close to the Copic teaching books, which is brilliant. It's like an extension. We've got wood, water, metal, feathers. Nice texture. How to get your texturing on your feathers, which is nice. Crystals, rocks, flowers. Yay, flower power. So we've got quite a nice little lay down on the crystals. Good lay down on the rocks. Not so much detail on the flowers. But still, the thing is, even though there's not like a how-to tutorial on these ones, I reckon if you go back to, let's say, all these blending techniques, so your feathering, your tip to tips, your stippling, your circling, blending, you reread those and apply it to this, it's going to work. So this is where you're going to need to go back into the book and come forward. So that's really handy, is that even though it's not got a little thing saying how to here, the how to's in here. You can find it, it just means going back and forward a little bit, but I like that. Putting it all together, and that's a nice collage. Food, glorious food. The underwater scene. So this has got to be that image. So that's pretty cool. So you can learn how to do that. So my question is, what are the materials? Copic's HB pencil, paintbrush, white gel pen, and acrylic paint. And that's quite a lot of Copic, so I was saying, in fact this is almost angled towards the teen adult area, I'd say. Not many parents are going to be paying for that many Copics. I think they're currently in 2018 for the big sketches for these guys. I've seen these online for £5.50. And I've seen the smaller chows online for about £2.50 to £3 plus, depending on where you're buying them from. So there's a nice variation of colours. This is nice broken down steps. Oh, I see. So you start off with the smaller bits with more writing, and then this is nice because it's like a zoomed in version, so you can see more of the effects that you're looking for. So that's really handy to have it enlarged a bit on the final stages. Ooh, like a kind of Harry Potter scene thing. Rubbing alcohol. I say I've not really gone near rubbing alcohol. Though I do use the pure stuff from my Copics to create backgrounds on occasion. Once again, the first block of instructions, all nicely laid out, and then into the detail with these ones. It's very soft style. Combining textures in a scene. Cool. And then once again we're building up the image. This time a few more smaller ones, and then it progressively seems to get larger. And then using masking fluid. Cool. Blue watercolour paint. Love it. And their images are so cheery and bouncy and feel good. They make you feel good looking at them because it makes you smile. And the scene with flowers. Let's go mostly Copics. Wow. That is beautifully built up. And then, oh look, there's a lovely photo of her. And that is a really nice photo of her. apparently. She's living in Vancouver, Canada. Blimey, animal sciences. She should be a vet. So she's extremely talented at the end of the day, and I think that has shown through. This book is an absolute credit to her hard work, and it doesn't surprise me that she's got all of this behind her. She's clearly worked excessively hard. So that is pretty much Baylee Jae book. So my overall thoughts, I like it. I mean, I don't know really what age range I target it for, because a lot of the bits are done in Copics. So children Copics, they're not going to be as fluent as adults can be with them, and it is quite an expensive product, so it depends if the parents want to give a child Copics, and how many nibs they get through, how much ink they get through, how much ink they get on them. So that sort of things, maybe not so for the younger generation, but for anyone who wants to learn how to use the pens, this book is absolutely brilliant for that. The step-by-step instructions are beautiful. The illustrations are nice, soft and gentle. The writing is in good blocks, so you're getting a good amount of information. And there's some lovely, lovely hints and tips all the way through. You've got your list of materials that you can go by. And you've got very inspirational illustrations. But I love the fact that she's gone through not just the basic equipment, but the effects. So like the smudging of the ink, how important composition is, thumbnails, and even the anatomy. That's really all you need to know about your anatomy. So overall, yeah, I think this is a really good book. I mean, what I'll do is I'll take it over to some of my younger cousins and friends and see what they think. I bet they're not going to have it for long. I'm going to be hanging on to this while they look at it. And everybody is going to be nabbing the book. So I really like that. Because I always struggle with her. Because I'm used to using fine detail. So it's nice to see how it's simplified. But yeah, this is a very, very good book. It's not just the starter book. This is taking you into the more bigger detail. My only criticism, I think, would be the writing is a weeny bit small. But then, if it was any bigger, you wouldn't get such lovely clear images. So, I think that's really all I can say. Absolutely stunning book, and I'm chuffed. I bought mine from Amazon, and I think it has been worth it. Will I be doing drawings from it? I don't know. I want to, but what I need to do is go through it, reread it, properly read it, and then make a decision and probably come back with having a go. Like I say, because I've been taught a different way, it's quite weird to see, and so I'll have to retrain my brain a little bit. Just love the detail. So that is my review and opening of my new book. Not my book personally, but a new book that's added to my collection of books, because I love my books. And that is the Draw and Colour, the Baylee Jae way. And it's true, secrets. She's missing a word there. Very. Seriously, needs a very. Someone insert a very there. If you haven't seen her channel, then please do check her out. Her work, as I say, is outstanding. She is fun. She's bubbly. She can make drawings just materialise. And she does a lot of work where you actually see the process of her working through it from the sketch, so you can get ideas of how she works. But with this book at your side, I think it would be an extra help. But yeah, I'm really chuffed, and I think she should be excessively proud of her achievements. Okay, I'm a weeny bit jealous as well, but that's me. I'll admit it. But I think what's caught me is because she's added in all that extra information that you just don't see in these books, and that's what is needed in these books to take you that step further. Not just a case of draw a line, draw an arm, oh look, you've drawn a person, but covering things that you need to maybe have a conscientious think about. I mean, like the silhouettes, like the composition, the thumbnails, all of it all comes together. I'm going to be hugging this. Right. And I've got a blinding piece of light coming through. Just try and block that out. So, that is my little review. So I hope this has helped. If you are borderline thinking of buying the book, maybe not buying the book, having a good think about it, I hope this has helped make your decision. And I do think it's a book worth having in your collection, because nobody knows everything, and you can always expand your knowledge, and this is a great piece of knowledge. So thank you very much, everyone. So till next time, take care, all the best, and happy drawing to you all. And I'm going to be happy drawing because I got this.